Hello and welcome to a NAM tutorial showing you how to build an advanced real highway diamond junction. So to start, I'm going to show you how to build a level 1 junction. Here I'm using real highway 6 and I'm going to use some D1 style ramps that will make the outside lane split from the main carriageway to form the intersection. So you see you've got 3 lanes in either direction. When we build the interchange, the bit passing under the overpass will only have 2 lanes in each direction, and the 3rd lane will branch off to form the intersection itself. So to begin with, we need to place a razor piece at 7.5 meters. As you see, I've got part of the interchange done on one side already. And I'm just going to use the L-rail tool here to give a nice smooth slope for the on-ramp. Connect that up with the road tool. Next thing we need is to go into the real highway menu and select the flex height pieces. We want the level 1 flex ramps. Place 4 of those, 2 on either side, as so. And now you should begin to connect up the ramps themselves. So 3 tiles away from the height transitions, I'm going to drag a small stub into the branch of the real highway, and we'll do that diagonally as you see here. And this will be what will create the D1 ramps that we're looking for. And just drag that out by 1 tile, same on the other side. Now you'll see here that the real highway 6 is still in place between the draggable ramps. And the reason for that is because the real highway will always stabilize around a higher network, so 6 being higher than 4. That means the 6 has enough pieces here that it remains when we don't want that. So what we have to do is grab the real highway disconnector tool and just plop using that every couple of tiles or so until we can destabilize the real highway 6. As you can see here, at which point it will revert back to real highway 4 when we drag again, and then we will get the intended setup we want through this junction. That's basically the easiest way to make this happen. We can now connect up the MIS ramps on the outside of the highway, and next we need to find the road viaducts on slope piece. Again, we want the level 1 and place 1 of these on either side, like so. And we'll connect them up with the road network by dragging away from them. Remember never to drag through these pieces, that doesn't work. And again, just drag on the other side to connect up the overpass. And now we can connect up the MIS ramps on either side, like so. May need to do a little bit of clicking around at this point. You see it's destabilized, and when we do that it'll just allow the code to work out what's going on, and as you can see we have the interchange that we're looking for. Now I shall show you a level 2 variant on this junction. So once again, if we just start off by finding the razor tool, this time at 15 meters, and once again I'll make a nice smooth ramp. This time I'm going to use the real highway tool for that. And now we will make the 2 level ramps from the real highway flex height menu, as so, and then drag out the draggable ramps from the main highway, again at 3 tiles using a diagonal drag. I'm going to connect them up all the way this time. And then once more we need to take out the segment of real highway 6. This time I'm going to use the D-zone tool. You can actually access this by pressing V on your keyboard. And whether you use the D-zone tool or the real highway disconnector really depends on the situation. Real highway disconnector is probably safer as it doesn't mess with anything else around it, but just thought I'd show you an alternative method here. And now we need to get our road on slope pieces in place. This time they'll be the level 2 on slope pieces. So if we place one down like so, and then on the other side, once more dragging away with the road tool to connect them up, dragging over the highway itself, back to the real highway tool and connect up the ramp. And oh, what's going on here? It's destabilized, and as you can see, it can't decide whether or not the overpass should be a level 1 or level 2. You see here as I'm clicking around, basically it doesn't actually seem to help much, and I haven't even put the second side of the intersection in yet. When you come across a situation like this, it basically tells you that it's not going to work. I happen to know this doesn't work. I've deliberately set it up like so, just to give you an example. So as you see, if we drag through on the other side, things just become even harder, and once more, we're not going to stabilize this connection up. That's because the code for the level 1 interchange I showed you earlier is in a much more mature state than the level 2, and therefore the system sees the level 1 code and it's trying to work with that at some level. So what do we do in this scenario? Well, actually it's quite simple. We'll just take the real highway disconnector tool and we'll remove all the pieces of the overpass that are now not working for us. Take a couple tiles of the road off just so we can shave down by one tile the on-ramps that we're using here. And now with that extra tile of space in place, we can go back to the road on slopes, plop one down and then the other, much as before, to connect it all up. Same between the two pieces. And now when we put the real highway MIS through, you'll see you have a nice and stable connection, and that extra tile makes all the difference here.